On the Delhi government now finally responding to all those protests and grievances that have been put up by people around a complete ban on old vehicles in the state. Delhi government seems to have woken up to ground reality, now pushing back on the blanket fuel ban for old vehicles. In a letter to the Commission for Air Quality Management, Environment Minister of Delhi, Manjinder Singh Sirsa, has flagged some serious flaws in the ban that they have implemented, where they have banned petrol vehicles after 15 years and diesel vehicles post 10 years based on just age and not emission levels. Many of them calling this premature, patchy, unfair. And here, the minister himself admitting that this could be done better. The order bans, in fact, like I did mention, there was a ban to 15 years diesel vehicles, ban to 10 years petrol vehicles, many of them saying my car is in mint condition, emission levels are really low, it has another few years it can run because I've maintained it well, but because of the new rule of the Delhi government, a blanket ban, I'm forced to sell it at throwaway prices in neighbouring states. Now you have the Environment Minister of Delhi coming out to say, Manjinder Singh Sirsa, claiming the current system that they rolled out does not really account for out-of-state vehicles, allowing them to eventually anyway enter Delhi, refuel and leave. Basically, if you're a car from UP and if you're slightly older than the limit here, you can still come into Delhi, fill fuel and go back because your registration is not DL, it's UP. So according to Sirsa, he does admit that this was possibly done in a haphazard manner. He's also pointed out that the ANPR-based tracking system, which basically is a system that's implemented in these petrol pumps that basically reads which are the vehicles that are old and new and basically why they should be refusing fuel to that vehicle. According to the minister himself, he says there are glitches in that system and that's now been flagged off. Now, implementing the ban only in Delhi, according to Sirsa, is again not right. It has to be implemented across the NCR region. Only then will this move actually have an effect on pollution levels. Let's hear it.
उनको हमने बताया कि जो ANPR कैमरेस लगाए हैं ये रोबोट सिस्टम नहीं है, अभी तक इनके अंदर बहुत सारे चैलेंजेस हैं, मैं बताना चाहता हूं पढ़कर. While the automated number plate recognition system cameras have been installed at most of the fuel stations, the system lacks the requisite robustness required for such crucial system. Some of them are crucial issues related to technological glitch, camera placement, sensors not working, speakers malfunction.
Now, the Delhi government wants to rethink this approach altogether. It plans to appeal to the Pollution Control Board, urging that vehicle bans based on actual emission should be better and not just on age. Because a well-maintained car, like I said, may be less polluting than a newer one in poor condition. And it seems like the Delhi government has woken up to that reality. Since the ban kicked in, 80 vehicles in Delhi were seized, a very small number out of the 60,000 odd vehicles that they claim there are, which is old in Delhi. Many notices have also been sent, but it seems like all of that has come to a pause because the Delhi government promises that they're going to reconsider after the middle class largely hit back. And there was huge criticism online against the Delhi government's move, saying it really hurts people while all they've done is actually maintain their car very well. The Delhi government says the goal isn't in question here. They're basically going to be implementing this rule in the future, but it's just that this time, when they do implement it, it will be smarter, fairer. The system will work across NCR and not just in the national capital, Delhi. Now, cutting across to Maharashtra, we're looking at noise growing across India, in fact, around illegal bike taxis operating across India. So, Maharashtra decided to put its own rules in place. And now that there are rules in place for bike taxis, it appears the Maharashtra Transport Minister wanted to test if people are adhering to it, if bike taxis are following guidelines that have been issued by Maharashtra. So in a dramatic sting operation, Transport Minister Pratap Sarnaik himself booked a Rapido ride under a fake name, and minutes later, a petrol bike taxi showed up right outside the state secretariat, completely flouting the state's rules. Now, clueless, that bike rider had no idea that it was the Transport Minister of Maharashtra who came by. Let's listen in.
रैपिडो का जो बाइक टैक्सी है वो अभी तक परमिशन मिला नहीं था, इलीगल चल रहा है। वो कुछ मालूम नहीं, आप बेचारा वो कंपनी के हिसाब से चल रहा है ना, मगर अभी ऐसा है कि बगैर परमिशन है। तो हमने तुम लोगों के फायदे के लिए ही बनाया है, मगर ये आपकी जो कंपनी है वो इलीगल ऐप चालू कर रही है, गलत है। जो गलत है वो गलत है। अभी आपके ऊपर गुना दाखिल किया तो चलेगा क्या?
10-20 रुपए का ऑर्डर मारते हैं, ज्यादा
10-20 रुपए का किधर है?
10-20 रुपए का
हाँ, ही ऑर्डर
ही 195 रुपयाची होती हिच्यामध्ये.
अपना नंबर वगैरह गाडीचा देऊन द्या. तुम जाओ बाबा, तुमको जाने का 500 रुपये देता. जाओ, हे पकड़ो.
Now, this sting comes barely weeks after the state notified the e-bike taxi rules of 2025, which explicitly allows only electric bike taxis to ply, and only those bike taxis that are affiliated with licensed operators. Yet, when the Transport Minister of Maharashtra asked his own department if unauthorized services are still running in Maharashtra, officials said no. But this provided proof that clearly in Maharashtra, just like elsewhere, bike taxis are plying illegally. It's a major embarrassment for the Transport Department in Maharashtra because their own officials refused these allegations, and now the same ministry's minister, the department's minister, has pulled them up. In fact, officials have been pulled up by the minister, and he claims that they're going to get a thorough schooling, maybe also hinting at a suspension for lying to him that these operators are not allowing illegal taxis to roam. When I say illegal, basically bike taxis are mandated to be electric and should be basically affiliated with legal operators. Rapido is one such company that has been under fire for repeated offence, allowing bike taxis to ply, petrol bike taxis to actually hit the road, while only electric ones are allowed. Thousands who rely on bike taxis for cheap last mile travel. This sting has now blown the lid off a system where new rules exist, but violations still zip past unchecked. You know the rule now. In Karnataka, there's no bike taxis allowed altogether, but yet you're looking at bike taxis surged after the ban as well. So blatant violations across the country. The centre has put in some guidelines in place to streamline it, but operators are yet to adhere to these norms on their end.